Hello, so on to an incredibly long media I consumed series. Have a look at the media I consumed yesterday on the 26th of May, 2026. Let's start with the YouTube. I watched the Raw highlights. I'm so apathetic to wrestling right now, but there's a pay-per-view on Sunday. I watched how Adam would book Mox returning to WWE. That was interesting. The rest talk news. And again, it's just like, yeah, and WWE is just trying to sign other tag teams because they killed their tag division by, sacking half of them. Then I watched the best match stipulations TLC, as well as the worst factions TLC, like a bit of TLC on the Wrestle Talk channel. And then the Raw Review podcast with Dan and Ollie. And yeah, Raw's kind of meh at the moment. It's just apathetic towards wrestling. Isn't a good look, but it's that post-Mania, pre-SummerSlam slump. Anyway, let's look at the massive final section of the day, the music. I listened to 9 albums. Let's start with just the one-off songs I listened to. I listened to Power by Sick Brain, Stop Crying Your Heart Out and Lila by Oasis, as well as Cut It by Vlur. I also listened to Touch Your Woman by Dolly Parton, my favourite songwriter, Porter Wagoner, Dolly Parton. My Tennessee Mountain Home, Dolly Parton. Bubbling Over, Dolly Parton. Jolene, Dolly Parton. Love Is Like a Butterfly, Dolly Parton. The Bargain Store, Dolly Parton. And Dolly the Seeker, and We Used To. I listened to more than that. Cock. Oh, shit. Shit. I can't remember what the last one's called. Because I definitely listened to 9. Made it my mission. All I Can Do by Dolly Parton. That was the 9th. And here are the raw reactions to all 9. I have just listened to Touch a Woman by Dolly Parton. I liked one song a little at a time. Talk about being broken and just about everything a little at a time. Sadder album, sadder sound. But, not awful. She got a good voice, Her style was pretty decent, but yeah. Just, I hope it's not just sad now, like slow, sad stuff. But it shouldn't be, because 9 to 5's not come and gone yet. But yeah, that's what I thought of Touch Your Woman by Dolly Parton. 1 out of 10, 10%. I have just listened to my favourite songwriter, Portner Wagner, by Dolly Parton. I've never heard of this Portner Wagner, and the song's alright. I liked one song that Dolly covered, that being Wash Day Blues, a song where she sings about having to do all the washing. It's nice little storytelling, but yeah, it's 1 out of 10. 10% for Dolly Parton. My favourite songwriter, Portner Wagner. There's lots, but I want to try and get through a load today because it's too hot to do anything proper. I'll try and get as many as I've done till lunch, because after lunch, as you'll maybe see, I've got a plan. But yeah, that's my favourite songwriter, Portner Wagner. Dolly Parton. I only like to watch Day Blues. 1 out of 10. So 10%. I've just listened to My Tennessee Mountain Home by Dolly Parton. A lot of storytelling, but some of it's kind of meh. I did like Old Black Kettle and Down on Music Row, which was the last song. Black Old Kettle being my favourite. Just talking about life, A lot of Dolly's is her just being like, yeah, here's what's going on, bruv. But yeah, 2 out of 11 gives it a score of 18.18 for Dolly Parton and her album, My Tennessee Mountain Home. I have just listened to Bubbling Over by Dolly Parton, liking 2 songs. A new rendition of Traveling Man and Alabama Sun. Traveling Man was one of the earlier ones. This one's a bit quicker. Had an electric guitar. But yeah, Bubbling Over, insane album cover from Dolly here. Her head just in bubbles, but looking odd as fuck. You had 2 songs, giving Bubbling Over by Dolly Parton a score of 20%. I have just listened to Jolene by Dolly Parton. 2 good songs on there. I'd say definitely 2 of her 3 biggest, possibly her best 2 songs, that being obviously Jolene, as well as I'll Always Love You, made much more famous by Whitney Houston, but I really like the Dolly version. But yeah, 2 out of 10, 20% for Jolene, the album. Jolene's a great song. I'll Always Love You, also a great song. A lot slower now, the albums, and less storytelling, more just I'm a bit sad. But Still, you know, Jolene, I Will Always Love You, Can't Complain from Dolly Parton. 20% on Jolene. I have just listened to Love Is Like a Butterfly by Dolly Parton, and sadly did nothing for me. Nothing awful, but just meh. No good sing-alongs, story songs or anything, just some meh. It was because the last album had Jolene and I'll Always Love You on it, but Love Is Like a Butterfly, absolutely mid, dud, so 0%, sadly, Dolly, sorry. Love Is Like a Butterfly, Dolly Parton, 0% from Keith Spoon. I have just listened to The Bargain Store by Dolly Parton. I'm really getting through the Dollys today, aren't I? It's just Slad's slow songs, nothing special here. The storytelling's gone, the game's gone. Well, the storytelling's not gone, but the good storytelling. You know, it's a bit jaunty and a bit like, ooh, because it's country, isn't it? It's all broadly the same thing. But yeah, the bargain store sadly gets another 0 for Dolly Parton from the illustrious music man that is me, Keith Spoon. I have just listened to Dolly the Seeker and We Used To by Dolly Parton, and I like the song The Seeker. I was very confused by the name of the album, but then I looked at the track list and, oh yeah, it's just two of the songs on there. Because, you know, this album still came out, like, Dolly pumps them out. This is her second album of 1975. That's insane. But yeah, one song off it. I like The Seeker. It's still kind of slow. I prefer the faster, more storytelling, like a Johnny Cash, like Boy Named Sue. But this is okay. I'm gonna go do one more Dolly Parton album today, because I'm going mad. But yeah, that's The Seeker Dolly the Seeker and We Used To by Dolly Parton. One song, giving it 10%. I have just listened to All I Can Do by Dolly Parton. It's the 9th album of hers I think I've listened to today. And I like the song I'm a Drifter and Shattered Image. She's back to that more jolly style. With I'm a Drifter being my favourite. Back to some storytelling, which we like to see from Dolly. Yeah. It's a nice country album by Dolly Parton. She's done many, evidently. And if you like her happy storytelling stuff, you probably like this album. But yeah, 2 out of 10 gives it 20% from me. That is a man who goes from it's very early in the morning to it's late at night. Lots of Dolly done. I've still got like 10 to catch up, then I'm back to one a day. Book is gonna suck. I checked. I need to read like 50 chapters. And one of them is a big old Russian history book, but I'll get through it. Thank you for watching. I've been Keith Spoon. You've been a lovely Spoon Nation. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends to come and watch me so I don't need to get a real job. Take the spoon pill. Remember to always consume on company time.